Have you ever felt like your mind is a crowded room, so full of noise that you can't even hear your own thoughts anymore? You try to find peace, but every memory, every worry, every what if keeps shouting in your head. If you've ever felt that way, this story is for you. Once upon a time, in a bustling city filled with tall buildings and endless noise, there lived a young man named Arjun. Arjun was 26, bright, ambitious, and hardworking. He had a good job, friends who cared for him, and dreams that touched the sky. But deep inside, he was tired. Not the kind of tired that rest could fix, but the kind that comes when your mind never stops running. Every morning, he woke up with 100 thoughts swirling in his head. What if I fail this project? What if my friends are moving ahead and I'm not? Why did I say that yesterday? And every night, when he tried to sleep, the same thoughts returned like echoes bouncing off the walls of his mind. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't stop thinking. He read books on meditation, watched motivational videos, and even tried yoga, but his thoughts always came back, stronger than before. One day, after another restless night, Arjun sat on his balcony watching the sunrise. The city was waking up, the horns, the chatter, the chaos, and he whispered to himself, "I wish I could just empty my mind, even for a moment." That morning, he remembered something his late grandmother used to say: "When your mind becomes too heavy, go where the silence lives." Those words stayed with him. And that very evening, Arjun packed a small bag and decided to take a break from everything. He didn't know exactly where he was going, but he knew he needed silence. After hours of travel, buses, and narrow roads winding through the hills, Arjun reached a quiet village at the foothills of the Himalayas. It was peaceful. No traffic, no screens, no deadlines, just the sound of the wind brushing against the pine trees. He found a small guest house run by an elderly man named Tenzin. Tenzin had kind eyes and a calm smile that seemed to carry the peace Arjun had been searching for all along. That night, over a simple dinner of rice and lentil soup, Arjun shared his struggle. "Uncle," he said, "my mind just doesn't stop. It's always full of fears, worries, thoughts, regrets. I've tried everything, but I can't find peace." Tenzin listened quietly. Then he said softly, "Tomorrow morning, meet me near the river. I'll show you something that may help you." The next morning, the mist hung low over the valley. The air was fresh and cool. Arjun followed Tenzin to a small tea shop beside the flowing river. Tenzin poured tea into 2 cups, but instead of stopping, he kept pouring into Arjun's cup until the tea overflowed and spilled onto the table. Startled, Arjun quickly said, "Uncle, the cup is already full. It can't hold any more." Tenzin smiled gently and said, "Exactly. You are like this cup, my son. You say you want peace, but your mind is already full of noise, fears, plans, and memories. How can something new enter when you refuse to empty what's already there?" Arjun stared at the cup, watching the steam rise, feeling the truth in those words. Tenzin continued, "To learn, to grow, to feel peace, you must first empty your mind. Only then will space appear for calmness and clarity." Arjun nodded slowly, understanding the metaphor, but he still didn't know how to do it. Tenzin stood up and said, "Come with me." He led Arjun along a narrow trail up the mountain until they reached a large open meadow. The sky stretched endlessly above them. Tenzin pointed to a small rock and said, "Sit here for 1 hour. You don't have to meditate. You don't have to control your thoughts. Just watch them, like clouds passing in the sky. Don't hold them. Don't fight them. Just let them pass." Arjun agreed. He sat down. The first few minutes felt fine, but soon his thoughts began rushing again. Memories of office stress, people he argued with, mistakes he made, fears about the future. His mind screamed, "This isn't working." But then he remembered Tenzin's words. Just watch them. So he did. He watched one thought appear, then fade. Another came and then disappeared. Slowly he realized that his thoughts were like waves. They rose and fell, but he didn't have to drown in them. After what felt like an eternity, Tenzin returned. "How do you feel?" he asked. Arjun said softly, "Quieter. Not completely calm, but quieter." Tenzin smiled. "Good. The storm in your mind cannot stop instantly. But when you stop chasing every thought, the storm loses power. You are learning to empty your mind." The next day, Tenzin took Arjun to a nearby lake. The water was crystal clear, reflecting the blue sky perfectly. "Look into the lake," Tenzin said. Arjun looked and saw his reflection rippling gently on the surface. Tenzin picked up a small stone and dropped it into the water. Ripples spread across the surface, distorting the reflection. "Do you see?" Tenzin said. "When the water is disturbed, your reflection becomes unclear. But when the water is still, it reflects everything perfectly." He turned to Arjun and said, "Your mind is like this water. When it's full of anger, fear, and noise, it cannot reflect truth. Empty your mind, and life will show itself clearly." Arjun felt those words pierce through him. For the first time, he realized that peace was not something he had to find. It was something he had to uncover by letting go of the noise that hid it. A few days later, a sudden storm hit the mountains. The wind roared, trees swayed, and rain poured heavily. Arjun and Tenzin took shelter inside the guest house. Arjun was nervous. The power went out, thunder cracked across the sky, and fear rose within him. Tenzin calmly lit a candle and said, "Watch the flame." Arjun did. The small flame danced but didn't go out. Tenzin said, "The storm outside is like the world around us, chaotic, noisy, unpredictable. The flame is your inner peace. When your mind is empty, that flame can survive any storm." Those words stayed with Arjun for the rest of the night. After 2 weeks in the mountains, Arjun decided it was time to go back. Before leaving, he said to Tenzin, "Uncle, I think I understand now. Peace isn't about running away from the world. It's about emptying the noise inside so the world can't disturb me anymore." Tenzin nodded with a smile. "Yes, a full mind cannot see the beauty around it, but an empty mind reflects peace, joy, and truth." As Arjun walked down the path back to the bus stop, he noticed something he hadn't seen before. The rustling of the leaves, the laughter of children, the golden sunlight dancing on the grass. Everything looked alive, beautiful, and peaceful. Nothing outside had changed, but something inside him had. Back in the city, Arjun returned to his job and his busy life. But now, things were different. When problems appeared, he didn't panic. He paused. He took a deep breath and remembered to empty his mind. When people argued or gossiped, he didn't react immediately. He smiled, knowing he didn't have to let their words fill his mind. He started taking small pauses during his day, just a few minutes to sit quietly and let his thoughts pass. Over time, he discovered something incredible. The more he emptied his mind, the clearer his life became. He was more creative at work. His relationships improved. He slept better. He laughed more often. Peace was no longer a dream. It was a part of him. Years later, Arjun often shared this lesson with others who struggled like he once did. He would say, "Your mind is not your enemy, but if you keep filling it with noise, it will drown your peace. Learn to empty it. Let go of the thoughts that don't serve you. Don't cling to the past. Don't fear the future. Just be here, in this moment. That's where true freedom lives." And whenever someone asked him how he learned this wisdom, he would smile and reply, "It began with a cup that was too full." So, my friend, remember this. Life is not about adding more, but about letting go of what no longer serves you. When you empty your mind of fear, doubt, and overthinking, you create space for peace, clarity, and happiness to enter. Empty your mind, and you'll finally hear the quiet voice of your soul. If you like this story, give it a like. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message today, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories that touch your heart and inspire your soul. Until next time, stay calm, Stay grounded and remember, peace begins within you.